Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be the video review for Titans Return Brainstorm, the Walgreens exclusive. So yeah, I managed to snag this guy up today for 17 bucks, which is of course slightly more than most other places sell deluxe Transformers for, but when it's a Walgreens exclusive, that's how it goes. This was the last one the Walgreens had, so hey, lucky me. This is the packaging, obviously. Rear of the packaging, bio, product shots, yay, right? So obviously the packaging is a bit banged up on this. I don't care because, well, obviously I'm going to be taking them out of the packaging and throwing the packaging away, so who cares? Anyway, I'm going to do that real quick, so I'm going to pause, get them out of the package, and we'll talk about them some more. See you guys in a second. Alright guys, here we have Brainstorm out of his packaging and into his vehicular mode, and I got him next to Blur, but we'll get to Blur here in a minute. I like his vehicle mode. It's gonna get ya. It looks nice. It's pretty reminiscent of the G1 figure. I think they do a good job capturing it. Is it perfect? No. I mean, I kind of wish they had figured out a way to get those wings up there so they could kind of integrate with his vehicular mode better. Plus, it'd be nice if these were, at least these sides, the tampograph sides are on the other side for vehicular mode, but such is life. You just get the Autobot symbols, which are fine. Yeah, overall, I do like this vehicle mode, but as you can tell, since he's got the shared engineering with Blur, you can tell basically this is like a car slash spaceship, I guess. So it's not perfect. It's definitely not a perfect vehicular mode. Let me go ahead here and kind of just get these guys. Actually, let me do a quick camera adjustment, and then I can kind of stand them up a little bit next to each other so you can really see kind of the pretty big similarities between these two figures. I mean, they are just pretty darn similar to each other. But at least they, you know, there are a fair amount of remolded parts on Brainstorm. And of course, he looks pretty different from Blur. I mean, it's not like they're dead ringers for each other, but you can definitely tell there's some shared engineering going on up there. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, that's how these two stack up next to each other. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab Voyager Brainstorm, the fairly recent Generations Brainstorm, and this one I think is closer to the G1 toy than the Voyager, but that being said, I think the Voyager looks better in vehicular mode. It's really all about personal preference. I think vehicular mode, this looks, it's just better looking overall, I think. You got it better defined. Just everything about it really is kind of, in my opinion, in the vehicle mode, I think this one's better executed. Yes, it's incredibly simple. You can tell it's a folded up robot. But, man, I just like the way this looks better than this. It's all just down to personal preferences, so I'm sure you guys wanted to see those two together. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm actually going to pause, get this guy into robot mode. I'm not going to bother showing transformation because if you watch my Titans Return Blur video, I did the transformation for him, and it's an identical transformation. So not going to show it again, so see you guys in a second. Alright guys, it's time to now talk about the Headmaster. And obviously here on the left we have the one that came with the Titans Return Brainstorm, and on the right we have the one that came with the Voyager class Brainstorm. And obviously the one that came with the Voyager class, much larger than the Titan Returns one. Just so you can kind of see what they look like. Both angles, comparison-wise. That's basically it. So, let me go ahead and bring the Titan Master, Headmaster in close to the camera so you can get a good look at him. I'm not sure which Transformer that looks like. If you guys want to chime in, feel free. There you go. So, go ahead and get him into head mode, and let's get the one for the other Brainstorm into head mode. And no, they are not socket compatible. You can't put this, the one from the Voyager class, into the Deluxe. You try, let's angle the camera up. You try to do it, you're going to have a bad time. And, well, the one from the Deluxe class fit in the Voyager. Nope. It doesn't. Kind of. I go ahead and lift, and it just fell out. I guess if you don't move the figure, it does. Actually, guys, let me pause this for a second here. Well, guys, the head does technically fit in there, but as you can see, it's wibbly wobbly, and really, it's pretty obvious that it's too small for his body. It's not suitable for the Voyager one, so let's go ahead and at least put the proper head in there. There we go, Voyager Brainstorm. You got your right head there, and Deluxe class Brainstorm. Head on! Head on! Head on. Haha. Applied directly to the forehead, head on, applied. Okay, I'll stop now. So, out of these two, which Brainstorm do I prefer in robot mode? I like them both for different reasons. Although, I guess the Deluxe one is a bit more faithful to like the G1 figure than the Voyager is. But that being said, I do quite like the Voyager. I mean, obviously the Voyager has better detailing, more paint, stuff like that, that set it apart from the Deluxe class, and it's just a bit of a different design aesthetic. But I mean, obviously, the Voyager one looks a little more sleek, I guess, than the Deluxe one. It's just a sleeker look. So, of course, they were going for an IDW look on this, and I think on this they're going much more for the G1. Updated G1 look. So I do happen just to like both aesthetics, and it's really difficult to pick a favorite between the two. It's really going to come down to personal preference as far as which one a person's going to like better. Now, there is one thing, and this is a small thing, I realized that the Voyager can do that the Deluxe can't, and that is we have flaps on those wings there, and on the Deluxe, no flaps. They be stationary, which is you know, which is a downer, Debbie Downer for us. So yeah, there is that whole thing. Hooray, right? So let's go ahead and get Voyager Brainstorm out of the way. And next, bring in his mold mate here, Blur. That way you can see all of the wonderful shared engineering between these two figures. And there's a good amount of it. I mean, obviously you can tell the legs are basically identical. The chests are identical. The arms have some similarities to them. You know, I mean, there's just, as you can see, a lot of similarity between the two molds. Are they identical? No, but similar. Oh, heck yeah. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get Blur out of the way. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to zoom in here a bit more on Brainstorm so you can see all of the wonderful details on this guy. We'll start from the bottom. Kind of work our way up. And yeah, it's a real nice looking figure. It really is a nice looking figure. Pretty well done overall. Oh, of course, I did forget to mention these wings do, you know, move, the bigger ones. Just the small ones don't. This, as far as his articulation, of course, is identical to Blur's. His foot moves up, but that's just for transformation. Doesn't really help anything. His knee bends. He's got thigh rotation. He's got ball joints there at the hips. He's got he's got a body that comes apart. Does rotate though. He's got shoulder all the way around, and yeah, do the transformation joint. His arms can go out like that. Swivel above the elbow. Gets bicep swivel, elbow bend. He does have wrist rotation. And of course, you know, the head articulation because of the headmaster. So, oh, and for transformation, if you don't want to have this on his arm, you, of course, can mount it on his back like with Blur. All up to you, what your personal preference is. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to display it. So, that's an option if you want it. But unfortunately, you can't really mount it like this. It won't. The way if you can see in there, the slots aren't designed to go on backwards. It only really goes on one way. So that is a little bit of a shame, but such is life. Yeah, overall, what do I think of this figure? I think it's pretty good. Is it a must-have figure? That's really going to be up to you. And if you have a Walgreens near you, or if you want to order this online or whatever, if you have a Walgreens near you, you can get it for $17 and you like it, I'd say buy it. If you have to spend $20-some, $30 to get this thing online, it becomes harder to justify. I mean, it's really just going to be up to you individually whether you think this guy's worth this. For me, I enjoy the look of him, and I like him. But is he a must-have figure? No, especially not if you have that Voyager Brainstorm. It becomes less of a must-have figure. Is he nice to have? Sure. Must-have? Not really. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this up. If you did like what you see, as always, please, a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks a whole lot for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.